to this week's Haver. This week I'm going to be talking about nuisance cold calls. Now, yes, they're a nuisance and largely controlled, but you still get them. And unfortunately, people still fall for them. And sadly, the numbers behind it make sense to why they do it. It's not pleasant, but they do it. They put out 1 million calls, 1 million spam emails, 1 million letters. They only need 1% or less to respond to start making money. So something needs to be done about it. What that is not something I can talk about. We have a telephone regulator which deals with telecommunications of all sorts, and they seem powerless to do it. We have various things you can sign up to avoid getting spam mail, spam phone calls and spam texts and messages, etc. None of them seem to work. We're registered for all of them, and we still get junk through the post, we still get junk through the telephones, etc, etc. So I've made something of a game of it. I'm from the Microsoft help desk one. I love to play with. They never mention Microsoft, but they never mention Windows or Windows versions. Just you've got a problem and they can sort it. So I pretend to have a different operating system, either Mac or Linux. But I don't tell them that until after they've spent some time on the phone trying to convince me that they need to type something which gives them control of the computer. There's another one, the famous African prince, who seems to be more of a church man these days. Something in the church who phones up. Once kept this guy going for weeks. A colleague of mine and myself at work, when I worked, kept them going for weeks. They soon get the message and stop. The latest one is your ISP, the ISP. They never mention who they're from, just the ISP, and they're a laugh. But these are all funny. There are people losing money to these idiots, and it's time something was done. So look after yourself. Don't believe everything you read, see, etc. There's a good chance, unless you know the source, it's a scam. And even when you know the source, it can be a scam. So be careful, guys, and watch out for those nasty cold calls, those nasty spam messages. Actually, that's just reminded me of another one. Again, this was a colleague at work, and he kept getting calls at work from double glazing salesmen who wanted to sell him a conservatory. So eventually he gave in. He said, look, if you're going to keep calling me, I'm at work, blah blah blah, why don't we arrange a time for you to come and price up a conservatory for me? So, thinking the salesman had won, the guy said, any time's good for me. I get home about 6 o'clock, 6:30. So any time in the evening's good for me, but I'm not taking work off for this. And so the guy obviously thought, hey, I'm in here, I've got my sale. So my colleague said, you'll be wanting my address then? And he said, yeah, address. I can phone you here during the day and we can confirm, blah blah blah. And my colleague said, yeah, here's my address, flat 3. And yeah, he lived in the 3rd floor flat of a low rise, not really a high rise, but it all went quiet at the other end of the phone at that point, and he was never bothered again. But yeah, we get less than these days, and I think it's because I play with them and I let them think they're getting somewhere and make them waste their time on me rather than on somebody who might get caught. So, thank you for watching this far, and we'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.